Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about Magician by Raymond E. Feist. This is a huge 80s fantasy classic that I feel no one really talks about. And now that I've read it, I feel like more people definitely should. It's got everything. Farm boys and orphans, kingdoms at war, mysterious magic, and a story that just keeps growing bigger and bigger. This review will be spoiler free, so don't worry if you haven't read it yet. I'll cover the setup, the characters, the world building, the strengths, the flaws, and whether it's still worth picking up in 2025. Some quick context. Magician was published in 1982, right when fantasy was booming after Tolkien and Terry Brooks. Fun fact, Medchemia, the world of this book actually started as a Dungeons and Dragons style campaign that Feist played with his friends. And you can feel that energy on every page. There are castles, battles, maps, and cultures all feel alive. It fits right into that wave of 80s epic fantasy, but it also brings its own flavor and ambition. The story begins in the Kingdom of the Isles, on the edge of the frontier. Life here is simple, until things start to shift. We follow three boys: Puck, an orphan with no real future, his best friend Thomas, and Aretha, the Duke's son, whose court they all serve at. Pretty soon, whispers of war and strange magic starts pulling them into something much bigger. And not everyone will survive. What I love about this book, it starts small and almost cozy, and then slowly expands into a all-out epic with kingdoms and cultures colliding. The characters are what make this story work. Puck is the heart. He is the classic nobody who might be destined for something greater. It's a trope, sure, but Feist makes him easy to root for. He's awkward, unsure, but you want him to succeed. And Thomas goes a different direction. Where Puck leans towards magic, Thomas leans into strength and courage and the warrior path. They balance each other well. One thoughtful, one more action driven. And beyond them you've got dukes, princesses, soldiers and foreign leaders. A lot of are archetypal, the gruff mentor, the wise wizard, the noble ruler, but they're memorable enough that you don't lose track. So if you like a wide cast with lots of perspectives, Magician definitely delivers that sprawling feel. Medchemia feels lived in, with politics, history, and cultures that have weight. You can tell it started as a game world because it feels ready to explore. But what really makes Magician stand out is that it's not just one world. Across the rift you get the Surani, a completely different culture with their own honor code, military style and way of life. Two worlds collide, one familiar and one completely alien. And that's where the story shines. The magic system isn't hard rules like someone like Sanderson. It's rare, powerful and mysterious. When magic happens it feels big and dangerous and meaningful. It feels perfect for the epic tone. Feist's writing style is straightforward. He doesn't get overly descriptive, he just keeps the story moving. But sometimes he slips in a well thought out sentence, a little bit like a little secret, so it isn't all flat. This is a long book, sure, it's around 900 pages, but I didn't feel bogged down. The world needed that breathing room. Some parts fly by with action and intrigue, while others slow down to focus on daily life or politics. And personally, I really like these slower moments. Like I said, they gave the world room to breathe. But if you need constant action, some stretches might drag. So here's what Magician does really well. I think the scope, it starts with a boy in a kitchen and ends with empires, war and world-shaking stakes. And that steady build is satisfying. And then there's the world. Midkemia feels real, and the Tsurani at depth with a culture totally different from the Isles. Their honor system makes the war feel like more than just land grabs. And then there's the characters. You connect with Puck, Thomas and Arafa and even the sidecast. They might lean on archetypes, but they're written with enough charm that you care about them. And if you like watching characters grow while the world expands around them, this book nails this. Now of course there are also a few flaws. The tropes are predictable. It's a chosen one, a humble beginning story. If you've read a lot of fantasy, some arcs will feel familiar. And the female characters, it's very much a book of its time. The women mostly support the man, which stands out today. It doesn't ruin the story, but it's definitely noticeable. And there's the plain prose. The writing is clear, but it's not lyrical or beautiful. If you love someone like Le Guin or Tolkien's richness, it might feel a bit flat. And there are definitely slow patches. Some travel sections or political bits take time. I did enjoy them, but I can see readers wanting to skip ahead. So, how does this book hold up in the bigger fantasy landscape? I feel it captures the heart of the 80s fantasy. It's big, adventurous, sincere and not overly complicated. Compared to something like Shannara, it feels more ambitious. Compared to something more modern like Mistborn, it's less tightly plotted. But I think it's much bigger in scale. And if you like books that feel like a tabletop campaign brought to life, this is a perfect example. So, final thoughts. Magician is a classic for a reason. It's big, fun and ambitious. And sure, it's a little dated and it leans on familiar tropes, but if you want a living, breathing world with characters you can root for, it's definitely worth picking up. I give it about 4 out of 5 stars. Not flawless, but definitely a rewarding read. And yes, I'll definitely continue the Riftwar Saga. And If you've read Magician, comment below. Did it hold up for you? Or does it feel too old school now? And if you haven't read it yet, is this the kind of fantasy you want to try? Anyway, thanks for watching, and until next time, bye.